am finally doing the Q&A for you all. I am so sorry that this has taken me so long. So many of you have been asking me in the comments of my videos lately about where this video is. What happened to that Q&A video? Well, you know, life is a thing, and mine is quite busy, especially now that it's starting to be winter and whatnot. I don't have as much daylight, you know, it's like pitch black at 4 p.m. and I'm usually not home before 4 p.m. So I haven't had time to film this video, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, here it is. You guys asked me so many different things. I am shocked that y'all are so curious about my life. I don't think I'm that interesting, but hey, you guys queued. I am going to and it should be a good time. Grab a snack, grab a drink. You guys said that you don't care that this is gonna be a long one, and I really don't feel like it's gonna be short. So let's just get on into it here. First off, if you or your question is appearing somewhere on this screen right now, it means I answered this in another video. I have no idea which videos, but I know they're in other videos. I will have them all linked below for you though, so if you are curious, check down there. I will specifically link which video to your question so you can find that easily. I just figured it would save some time because quite a few of you asked me questions from those videos and they're kind of like longer answer questions, so I figured I would save us all some time, save us all some repetition. Just go and watch those old videos of mine. So show them some love. I love that when I see you guys going back in my old videos. It's a little embarrassing, but it's kind of nice at the same time, so go ahead and check there. Next, I'm going to be going into the folder that is Boston/school related. So Jackie wants to know, what is it that I do at school and what do I want to be when I grow up? Well, I am currently getting my master's in fine art, my MFA, and I am getting it to hopefully be a college professor when I grow up. I am in my third and final year of my program, so I will be graduating in May. Fingers crossed, if they let me. So a couple of you wanted to know about my decision to move to Boston from Minnesota, since I was born and raised in Minnesota. It is a very big move. Well, this is where I got into school. I am going to keep that a secret just for my own privacy. I've got some creeps that watch my videos and I'd rather they didn't know where I lived. So basically my advisor in undergrad had gone to the school that I'm going to now. She highly recommended it. It's where I got in. I got good scholarships to the school, so that was basically my mentality on that one. So I kind of already answered this, but then I have another folder of people asking me about my degree, what my final degree will be in. I currently already have my BA in studio art, you know, so I got my bachelor's, my undergrad all done, and now I am getting my master's, like I said, my MFA, my Master of Fine Arts, and, you know, my concentration is in drawing, painting, and video, but that really doesn't matter. It's basically just gonna say that I'm a Master of Fine Art. We, as artists, cannot get a PhD. Only art history people can get a PhD, but the master's is like a PhD equivalent, I guess, for artists, because like I said, they don't allow us to be doctors. We're a little too out there for that, I guess. Next folder for school stuff here I have labeled Holy Huge Move. Basically, like I said before, yeah, it was a huge move from Minnesota to Boston. Yes, absolutely. My mom and I drove out here, and well, Galileo too, but we drove out here, took a few days, but we did it, and yeah, I mean, it sucked, you know. I don't have any family out here. Now I have friends out here, but like, I didn't have any friends out here when I moved out here. I was all alone, just me and Galileo, and at the time, I had just met Galileo. I literally got Galileo, and then the next day, we drove to Boston, so oops. He didn't mind at all though, so that worked out well. That was basically it. I mean, it's very different. Boston is not the same as where I grew up in Minnesota. Heck, even Massachusetts is not the same as Minnesota. They are very different. The East Coast is a very different kind of mentality and lifestyle compared to the Minnesota Midwest type of a thing. But I don't know, I guess I've always just been a really independent kind of a person, kind of a go-getter. I mean, if I want something or if I need something, aka I need my master's to be able to teach at the college level, you know, I'm gonna do what I have to do to get that. So, you know, it really no matter how much it sucks, I was gonna do it because I needed to get this degree and this is where I was going to school. So next up, I just have a big folder of people asking me what my dream job is. I kind of already mentioned this. I want to be a college professor teaching art, preferably, I mean, if I could, teaching drawing and painting, but we'll see. Maybe it'll end up just being drawing, maybe it'll just be painting. I'm sure they're gonna make me teach some art history in there, which I don't know that they're gonna want that. And the bigger, I guess, scope dream there is that I would want it to be at a smaller college, preferably teaching undergrad rather than grad students. I would want it to be at a smaller school just so that I can really work one-on-one with the students. I don't know, those art classes where it's like there's 50 kids in the classroom, I can't help you, I can't help all of you, there's just no way. So hopefully at a smaller school where it'll be a smaller, you know, like 10, 15 tops 20 kids in a classroom at a time. And then I was also asked a couple times what I would want to be if I wasn't going to be an art professor. Well, I have mentioned before that I was actually pre-dental before going on to this art career path, so I would want to be a dentist. Really like teeth, and I did a bunch of like shadowing and stuff in dental and oral surgery type things and whatnot in my undergrad, and I thought it was really fun, and I was pretty much set to do that, but then I changed my mind, and such is life. Also art related here, a lot of you wanted to know about my work. I have shown it in some of my previous videos. A lot of it I can't show because it's kind of not safe for work. I do some kind of gorier stuff, I do some nude stuff, not like me nude, but the nude figure and whatnot, so I can't really show a lot of it, but I have shown it in the past. I don't think it's that interesting, but I mean, yeah. I kind of do a big jumble of things. Basically, whatever I have to do to get the passing grade. Apart from that, I will basically draw whatever I feel like. If I want to draw some Naruto fan art, I will. If I want to paint G-Dragon, I will. If I want to paint Miley Cyrus, it's been done. So, you know, it's whatever I'm feeling at the moment, I guess, and whatever I need to do to pass the class. And then you also all seemed to want to know, I shouldn't say all, but many of you wanted to know who my favorite artists are. I'm sure I will not remember all of them, but off the top of my head, I love Wayne Thiebaud, I love Goya, okay. Let's see, I'm so bad at this. I love Manet, I love Monet as well, I love Van Gogh, I love Ai Weiwei, Antonio Garcia Lopez, he's amazing, Kate Kolwitz, yeah, and many others. Like I said, I will list them on the screen. I am very tired, and I like a lot of artists, so there you go. I hope that's helpful or something. Alright, going on the path of favorites here, I was really surprised. A few of you asked me about what my favorite beverage was. It's a totally okay question to ask me. That was the last thing I was expecting. Non-alcoholic, I love Diet Coke. I definitely order that if I'm like at a restaurant. I don't really drink it at home because I try to stay away from pop and soda, whatever you're gonna want to call it. But I love Diet Coke. I really, really love cream soda. I love a good Shirley Temple. Pine orange banana juice is really good. I think Dole makes that. Yeah, but I'm also like the least pickiest eater you will ever meet. There's only a couple things that I don't like, one of them being shrimp. I can't get over the texture of it, but I love mushrooms, so like, who knows? But anyways, drinks. Adult beverages. I love basically any fruity mixed drink with lots of rum in it. If I'm trying to be cost effective, I'll get a Long Island iced tea because that'll get me going real quick and I won't have to buy a bunch of them to get me a buzz going, but yeah. Like I said, I'm not that picky. All right, here is another very asked question in terms of favorites, and that's books and movies. Oh my goodness, you guys, there are so many. I actually am really picky about movies, but the ones that I do love, I love. You know what I'm saying? So I will show you my DVD drawer. Any of these DVDs that I am showing you on the screen right now, those ones. Those are my favorites. I will watch those anytime, any day, any whatever. I will watch them and I will love every second of them. So those are them. They're all really good. Some of them are actually like terrible movies, but I still like them anyways. And then same thing with books. I'm also, I guess, picky with books, but I will show you my bookshelf. And these are the ones that I will reread over and over and over again. Definitely like A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, the Angus Thongs and Full Frontal Snogging books. I ended up really loving My Sister's Keeper, Time Traveler's Wife. I really love About a Boy. I thought that book was hilarious and I've read it multiple times over. And yeah, like I said, basically any of those books that I just showed you. I would read those anytime, any day, any year, place, whatever. They're all good to me. And then also another question I was not expecting. Some of you wanted to know what my favorite color is. I don't have one per se, but I do really love maroon, like purpley burgundy type colors, kind of like what I got going on my lips right now. Alizarin crimson, kind of a, you know what I'm saying? I also like kind of like lilac-y purples. So I guess kind of like we're thinking purples, but not like Barney purple, like sophisticated purple. You know what I'm saying? You guys, I'm really not that picky. You guys also asked me lots of questions about my favorite music, my favorite band, my favorite artist, my favorite song at the moment. Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't know. Song at the moment, I don't really have a favorite song at the moment, honestly. I'm kind of like in one of those like music lulls. I am listening a lot, actually now that I'm thinking about it, the Books, the Lemon of Pink album a lot. That's a really good album. I have so many favorite artists. You guys, I feel like my music taste is a combination of really like sophisticated, like you have good taste in music, and then also like you listen to the trashiest, worst music I've ever heard in my life. It's a mixture of that. There's nothing in between. It's either really good music or really bad. I mean, I will, like I said, I will list some of my favorite bands and whatnot here because there's going to be way too many to name, but growing up, my dad is like a huge rock and roll type of a guy, so we were always listening to that in the car. Your typical Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin. We listened to the Blue Oyster Cult a lot. We listened to, oh, you guys, it's so hard to think of these things on the spot. Lynyrd Skynyrd, Queen, oh my gosh, don't even get me started, Freddie Mercury, lots of Queen, and yeah, then I also love the Pokemon to Be a Master album. I loved The Academy Is while I was in high school. I listened to Radiohead. I listened to Modest Mouse. I don't know. A lot of you think it's interesting that I listen to K-pop. I also listen to J-pop. I absolutely love the Pillows. Oh my gosh, they are probably by far my favorite Japanese group, artist, people, band. Which, speaking of Japan, Japanese things, some of you guys wanted to know some anime and manga recommendations from me. As I've done before, I will list them on the screen because there's no way I can remember all of these. I will also probably show you a clip of my DVD drawer of anime that I have purchased, also of my comic book shelf of the manga that I own. Now, this is not all of the things I love, like said. This is why I will also be listing things on the screen here. I'm not rich enough to own all of the anime and manga that I love. I think like other than Sailor Moon and Pokemon, my like gateway drug anime and whatnot were Fushigi Yugi and then Fushigi Yugi. I loved Tenchi as I was growing up. I read Nana. I don't really care for that anime adaptation, but the manga was wonderful while it lasted. I don't know. I'm sure there's more. I'll list it. There you go. So that's what I like. It's a huge mishmash of, you know, romantic comedy type things, shonen type things, gory, oh my god, what are you watching type things. So, you know, that's... Okay, and the rest of this, you guys, I don't know how to organize any of this, so I'm just gonna kind of randomly click on things. Okay, and the rest of this, you guys, I don't know how to organize any of this, so I'm just gonna kind of randomly click on things. A few of you wanted to know about what I do for a living slash what my job is. I do teaching assistantships and whatnot at the school I attend, and then I also work retail. I am a retail monkey. I will not say where because, like said, I've got some creeps that watch my channel and I would rather they did not know where I work. So, just know I work retail. It's not fun. It's not glamorous, but it pays the bills. Some of you wanted to know about celebrity crushes. I've never really had any, you guys. I'm really not that big into that. I don't know. I was always a really like late bloomer in terms of like crushes. I mean, if you watched my 50 Things About Me tag, my first crush was on Piccolo from Dragon Ball Z, you guys. I mean, come on. And this was not, it's not like I was 5 when this happened. I had a mental capacity to know that I should not fall in love with a green alien cartoon character, but I mean, obviously there are celebrities that I think are attractive. I've never really had a celebrity crush. I mean, I guess when I was in high school, I already said I really loved the Academy Is. I thought William Beckett was like super duper cute, but I don't know that I ever had like a crush on him, you know what I mean? So I really don't have any. I hope that's okay. And along the same lines of crushes, many of you wanted to know if I have a boyfriend. Well, that's assuming that I'm straight. I am straight, and I'm not going to say whether or not I am in a relationship, because you know what? I watch way too much TV. I feel like I have said this before, but I will say it again. I feel like if I say, yes, I have a boyfriend, some creepy stalker is going to be watching my channel and they're going to be like, all right, I need to hunt this boyfriend down. I need to kill him. Or if I say I don't have a boyfriend, then it's going to be like, oh, so she doesn't have a boyfriend? Well, I guess she's waiting for me. I guess I'm gonna go and kill her now. See, this is how my mind works, you guys. Basically, it doesn't matter. Am I in a relationship? Am I not? It doesn't matter. I've got Galileo. Okay, we'll just call that a relationship, just minus all of the sexual things, so. There's that answer. So there was also a question about love. Have I ever been in love? Yes, I have. There's such like a fine line between like how much I share with the YouTube community. You know what I mean? There's like a bit of my life that I like to keep a little private. So I will just say I have been in love. It's a wonderful thing. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna tell you the story. It's really nothing special, but I have been in love. Next, a couple of you asked me about my diet. First off, YouTube, far too kind. Krista especially, oh my goodness. You know, I've got my own body issues and whatnot. I don't think I'm perfect, but thank you very much. I really don't do anything special. I try my best to eat healthy, you know, fruits, veggies. I do my best when I can. If I need to eat a cookie, I'm gonna eat a cookie. If I need to order Domino's, I'm gonna eat that pizza. The whole pizza. So sue me. But I also do exercise, so that helps as well. I mean, it's not like an everyday thing, but I try to exercise like 4 times a week. It also helps that, like I told you, I work retail, so I'm running around a lot then. And also there are a lot of hills in Boston, so lots of walking up hills. I will show you, I'll insert a clip. I've got this little, like, it's not a treadmill, it's not an elliptical, it's like this mini thing. I absolutely do not recommend it. I got it on overstock.com. I've had to get like 3 replacements for it because it keeps breaking, but you know, it works since I'm in a tiny little apartment and it's quiet enough and it gets in my cardio. Otherwise, I like doing blogilates here on YouTube. I do some pretty typical, you know, like bicep curls or whatever, you know, I don't do anything special, you guys. Alright, random and not related at all, but some of you asked me if I have siblings. Yes, I do. I have an older brother. He is a year older than me and his name is Tony. We are complete opposites in absolutely every single way. He definitely got the laid back kind of genes and I definitely got the hyper perfectionist, stressed out all the time genes. So kind of jealous. Alright you guys, you asked me so many things and I talk a lot. So I have to go and bring Galileo to the vet. I am really hoping that there will still be daylight when I get back. I will be back eventually. Well, in a second here, so. Alright, I'm back. The sun is setting, but I'm back. I always feel so bad taking Galileo to the vet. He does a very good job there. It's just that moment when they stick the thermometer up the butt and just that look on the face. I wouldn't like it either, honey. Speaking of Galileo, I am clicking through all of the Galileo questions. I'm so happy you guys love Galileo as much as I do. If you don't follow me on Instagram and you want to, I'm just thrift thick like I am here. I basically post a picture of Galileo almost every single day, if not two. They all look pretty much the same, but they're all really freaking adorable, so if you want a daily dose of Galileo, that's where to go. That's where you'll find him. I do have Galileo information listed on my FAQ page, but just kind of a recap, I guess. Galileo is a boy. He is a Siberian. He is 2.5 years old as of now. At the end of the month, he'll be 2.5. Galileo's favorite toys are basically anything with a string. He likes chasing a string around. Something like this, he really likes. He really likes things with a feather on it. He likes to lick the feather. He also really likes shiny things. Think like shiny pom-pom thing. He used to have one of those, then he destroyed it, so I've got to get him a new one. But yeah, basically like plasticky type things. He loves plastic bags. Oh my gosh, that boy could play and play and play in plastic bags. He kind of hates it now that I use reusable grocery bags and stuff because he doesn't get as many plastic bags, but you know what? It's for the environment. I've definitely thought of getting Galileo a sibling, but you know, I get worried that he gets lonely, you know, because I do go to school and I work and whatnot. I mean, I'm home a lot as well. Please don't think I neglect him. But I worry, A, that my apartment is just way too small for 2 cats. Like, I just don't know that there would be enough room for them to run around and everything. B, you know, there wouldn't be enough territory and whatnot for the 2 of them to have of their own. And C, I get really worried that he wouldn't like his new sibling or that the new sibling would be mean to him or what have you. You know, I watch My Cat from Hell, Jackson Galaxy, whatnot. I see cats not get along and I would not be able to handle that. Like, Galileo is my precious angel baby boy and I don't want another cat coming in and being mean to him. Or vice versa. I mean, who knows? Maybe Galileo's a bully, but he was kind of the quiet one in his litter and whatnot, so I doubt he would be. And then I'd be nervous too that, you know, he would feel like he's not getting as much attention from me when I am home, and yeah. So I've thought about it, but nope, Galileo's gonna be an only child. Galileo's adoption story, it's really nothing too out of the ordinary. I did get him from a breeder. I know that is awful and la la la. I wanted a breeder because I wanted specifically a Siberian cat. Most of my very close friends and family members are severely allergic to cats, and Siberians are known to produce less of the allergen that people are allergic to. Some of my friends and whatnot that are really allergic, they can be around Galileo and whatnot just fine and have absolutely no reaction. My stepdad does react to him still really badly, but like I said, some people don't have any reaction to him, and so yeah, that's good. You know, I didn't want to completely isolate myself. I already isolated myself enough by moving out here to Massachusetts. I didn't want to do it further by getting a cat so that no one could ever come visit me. So I found a breeder where I thought, you know, because I was going to be investing in this cat, you know, this is all gonna sound very superficial, but I looked for a breeder in Minnesota where they had the cutest looking cats and the healthiest looking Siberian cats, you know, call me crazy, call me selfish, call me whatever, but that's what I did. So I found them online and then I told her, hey, I want to adopt one of your kittens. And so she put me on the list and I waited and the timing happened to be perfect. So I wanted to get a boy. I don't really know why, but I just wanted a boy. You know, I'm kind of a diva myself, so I really didn't need a diva girl. So she told me, you know, like, oh, I've got 2 boys, like, come look at them. And so I did. She said, here you go, these are the ones. I think he was in a litter of like 6 or something. And I saw the 2 boys that I was thinking about and I grabbed him, and the first boy, he was kind of not really interested in me. Like, he thought I was okay. But then I picked up Galileo and he just kind of like sat in my lap and looked up at me, and he crawled up onto my chest and he just kind of looked into my eyes, and I just knew. I was like, yep, you're pretty good. And then he just plopped down into my lap and he napped the rest of the time that I was there, right in my lap. So, oh, it was just meant to be. Funniest memory of Galileo? I have no idea. He's a pretty funny cat. I mean, you kind of see his moments in video form here a lot of the time, but I don't know that anything in particular sticks out to me. What annoys me the most about Galileo? Sometimes when I play with him, like, he clearly wants to play, and so I will, you know, wave a wand around or like do whatever. I'll try different toys, whatever, and then he just like doesn't do anything with it. And so then I'll stop playing with him, like, fine, if you're gonna be that way. And so I put the toy down and then he's like, why'd you stop playing with me? You know, I'm all about giving, but I gotta get a little back. Oh, and this is an interesting one. Does he have a middle name? No, he doesn't. He's just Galileo. Many of you also asked me about my favorite people to watch on YouTube, or who my favorite YouTubers are. They vary and they definitely change because, you know, sponsorship eats some channels alive and then I can't stand them anymore. But I definitely have some favorites, I guess, you know, people I get really excited about. I have my friends listed on the sidebar of my channel and whatnot if you ever want to check them out. Not only do I like their channel because we're friends, but also I like their channel because they're awesome. I feel bad like listing them off because I know I'm gonna forget someone, so go check out my sidebar. And then also just like random, the really like big popular YouTubers. I love Trisha Paytas and Shane Dawson. Them together, they're just like, I love them like a lot. Drew Monson, My Toll Cold, very funny. Yeah, but I'll list them here. I know there are people I'm forgetting, but I'll put them on the screen for you. It's only 4:15 in the afternoon, but the sunlight is definitely fading. I'm sorry. I got quite a few questions about kind of like life goals and, you know, what I want to do, where I want to see myself in 10 years. You know, perfect life, perfect picture. In 10 years, I will be in a loving, committed relationship, and I will have my dream professor job. That's about all I see. And that Galileo and I and my family and friends are all happy and healthy. You know, I really want to live a pretty plain and boring life, you guys. I'm sure I'll want to have kids eventually. They're not like my huge life goals. Like some people, their life goal, I want to get married and have kids. My life goal is that I want to have a successful and happy career and a loving relationship. Kids, you know, if they come, that's great. I would never want more than 2. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Many of you also asked, kind of relating to my life and whatnot, and school and career, am I planning on moving back to Minnesota after I graduate here in Boston? Yes, absolutely. I don't want to stay out here. I miss being by my family. I miss being able to see my family and my friends. It's rough. And it's just, I don't know, I'm a Minnesota girl. I enjoy Boston and Massachusetts for what it is, but do I want to live here? Would I want to start a life here? Absolutely not. It's not for me. Not to mention, I can't afford it! Are you kidding me? I live off of my student loans, so the minute I graduate and I can't get student loans anymore, I can't afford to live out here. So, there you go. Ah, yes, I also forgot to mention in regards to my artwork, a lot of you want to know what my favorite medium is to work with. I love video, and then for actual tangible type things, I love oil paint and I love just traditional graphite pencil. A couple of you asked me about vlogging and whether or not I would start vlogging. it's really not my thing. I'm way too awkward. I can't whip a camera out in public, and I just don't do enough interesting things from day to day. I literally go to school, work, come home, do homework. Like, that's my routine. That is my day to day. I don't do anything besides that. I really don't. And film YouTube videos. So vlogging is not in my future. Really, ever. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm just gonna do one last question because I know when it gets dark, can you see the movement? It starts to look a little weird on this camera when it's dark. I get asked very, very often about whether or not I have a P.O. box. You guys want to send me stuff, letters, gifts, whatever. I do not have a P.O. box. I'm sorry, and I'm not about to give out my address. I really appreciate it that it's just like, it's heartwarming to know that you guys want to even write me a letter. I can't afford it. I didn't know before looking into it, P.O. boxes are really expensive. I don't know, maybe it's just out here in Boston, you know, in the city and whatnot, but I don't have the funds to invest in that sort of a thing at the moment. I will try my darndest to save up because I know y'all are very persistent about asking me to get one, and like I said, this is so very sweet of you, but for the moment I do not have a P.O. box. I apologize, but the minute I do get one, I will absolutely let you know. Alright, so that is going to be it for this part. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am so sorry again that it has taken me this long. I'm glad I finally did it for you. I hope you guys are all doing well, and until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!